It is our intention to talk about the cost of XRP in this episode. It is true that we shall talk about the crisis that is affecting all cryptocurrencies. It seems like a pleasant market to me. Having a green appearance, moving upward, and experiencing a modest uptick, it seems to be getting closer to the bottom of Bitcoin that we had previously discussed. You may recall that we talked about 60,000 as the lowest possible area. You are the next target, as if that wasn't powerful enough. It is essential that the bottom be maintained at 58,000. At the level 58,000, we had to be very careful to keep the ball in our possession since, if we hadn't, the range of $50,000 to $52,000 would have been a free-for-all as far as the price was concerned. So how does it look like? As a result, this transpired. There were 58,000 people in attendance, and we are currently floating between 64,000 and 74,000. Now that the next bull market has begun, there is a possibility that the price of Bitcoin will go down, even if there is a possibility that it will go up somewhat. As we move back down to the 58,000 region, and possibly even the 52,000 region, we won't be discussing that just yet. In a moment, we will discuss that further. Okay, without further ado, let's get started. Prices for Bitcoin are $3,950, an increase of 3.42% or 4.76% over the past 24 hours has brought Ethereum's price to $3,147 at the moment. The USDT and USDC cryptocurrencies have both entered their dollar pegs as XRP during the course of the past 24 hours. At this point, it is making a modest run. There was a 3.67% gain with 54 cents on the final day of the sale. Where are we going to begin? With a total market capitalization of $291 billion, the total market capitalization of cryptocurrencies was still lower than the all-time high of approximately 2.7 to 2.8 trillion that was reached during the bull run that occurred between the years 2020 and 2021. The most important question is where to go from here, because as you can see, Bitcoin is merely in the range of possibilities presently available. There is nothing extraordinary or magical in existence. At this juncture, it is imperative that we continue to concentrate on 68,000 and work on surpassing 74,000. There are currently 64,000 of them. Over the course of the past 3 days, I believe we have sold 60. Even though I haven't had the opportunity to process orders yet, I anticipate that they will be rapidly removed off the shelves today. You will receive 30% of your original investment in XRP back from the project if you keep any of these. When you have more to hold, you will have more to receive. It's as simple as that. The result will be an increase in the number of people who visit. In addition, we have a betting system and a metaverse that is going to be implemented soon. Despite the fact that we do provide utility, the concept is quite upbeat and optimistic. The TCG world is a metaverse that may be found here. Since we feel that our buddy is composed of 4 components, we ask that you accompany us in this endeavor. This energy does not exhibit any signs of weakness. Now have a look at it, shall we? Seeing a real metaverse is something you want to experience. When the XRP ledger is integrated into this metaverse, it will be the largest one ever. For the time being, he is in Las Vegas. Las Vegas. During the scheduled completion of the unpublished documentary XRP by Pro Up Productions, which was set to take place on Friday, they screened a little excerpt, and I believe they mentioned that Joel Katz and Brad Garlinghouse will be appearing in the documentary. After that, they talked about their failures and Ripple strategies regarding partnerships on Capitol Hill, private equity, initial public offering sessions, and the establishment of a linked worldwide network, as well as protecting the money supply. A presentation is scheduled to be given today by Caleb and Brown in case you were unaware of this. Janupold will be there for both the onboarding and offboarding processes that Caleb Brown will undergo, which are effectively holdings of cryptocurrency. Beginning at 150 and continuing until 2115, David Schwartz will be presenting a brief lecture alongside Rachel. Go check it out if you happen to be in the XRP Las Vegas area. I am hoping that everything is well for you at the moment. It is my sincere hope that we do. Their ongoing participation in the XRP community is a demonstration of their religion's adherence. Keeping the hope alive that you will go to a little hour by Death Credible is something that it does. First, let's draw out the chart, and then we can talk about blockchain. Allow me to discuss the present status of the market as well as the pricing of Bitcoin. It is his assertion that he is currently looking for 2 significant circumstances on the platform. The local highs that we broke above continue to be maintained, and we continue to make progress and encounter strong resistance on the green road, which is the best way. This is a great help. It will be possible for me to accommodate a number of adults in shorts. It is not an ideal that we were unable to reclaim, but rather an early collapse that occurs in the perfect short zone. When it comes to the board, the red path, and the red down. The majority of alumni have expectations that have not been met, thus, we will wait until tomorrow to see how things stand in the meanwhile. Take a look at the movie in the meantime to learn the reason behind my intense concentration on locating the shorts in this location. After we have overcome that huge obstacle, it is time to move on to the next objective. Zone, as I have already indicated, the primary barrier that you face is somewhere between 68 and around 712, which is where I have it. In the event that there is a breakdown and we are unable to break above the resistance, which is where we are currently sitting, the resistance around the 60-62 or 65, because there is where we need to break above and divide. He wants us to go there. At the moment, we are situated in the center of that zone, hence, if we are able to break out of it, it would be the final plunge. On the other hand, we will proceed to the next push-up. A further decline in the price of Bitcoin is likely to occur if we are unable to break through this minor barrier that is located between 63 and 65,000. Please forgive me, 100% of the game will be played in the $52,000 region. I'm sorry, people, but I don't want to go above 52 for the total this time. We have the desire to climb once more. His eyes are concentrating on that particular thing. With this resistance, we want to break out of that $74,000 zone and see what happens with it. To put it another way, that is what we find with Bitcoin. In order for us to accomplish what we set out to do, we will need to take some chances. In the event that we surpass $74,000, we will be in the final wave of Bitcoin, and we will be able to see its explosion after it has gone through a completely parabolic phase. Always keep in mind that this is the year of Bitcoin. We are going to keep an eye on alt and see whether Ethereum goes up. During the following year, Michael Saylor will provide us with this video clip. He is nothing more than a man who is afraid. Why is he so terrified? The sole possession of Bitcoin that he possesses is the source of his anxiety. He is concerned about the rest of it. It can be obtained without much difficulty in the United States. It is true that Ripple Cardano will be seen as a security firm this summer, and Wall Street will never find the company attractive. You are absolutely accurate in making this assertion. An organization is what it is. However, despite their desire to issue stocks, shares, and initial public offerings (IPOs), XRP is not a securities. It is common knowledge that you should pay attention to this. There will be times when Ethereum is accepted, and there will be times when it is not. The acceptability of Ethereum will become more apparent during the summer of this year. Everyone agrees that Ethereum should be categorized as a crypto asset security rather than a commodity. After that, the Ethereum BNB Ripple will become visible to the public. Solana Cardano, as well as everything else at the bottom of the stack, is nothing more than unregistered crypto asset security. They will never be covered by Wall Street or mainstream institutional investors as crypto assets, nor will they ever be recognized as such. Among all of them, there is only one consensus, and that is the recognition of Bitcoin assets as being of an institutional grade on a global scale. So let's get on the phone and talk. In what way does Michael Say need to ensure that it is protected? Because of his financial obligation, he is required to talk about his book. He asserts that his book is about Bitcoin, but according to Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple, the cryptocurrency will operate in a manner that is comparable to Napster, also known as Apple Music, but it will not be permitted. It is important to pay attention to regulations. Ripple has always been in favor of restrictions because they are aware that they will have the final say in determining who will survive and who will succumb to the regulations. To our delight, there is a brief preview for us right there. Bitcoin has been replaced by XRP. In order to accomplish this goal, Ripple is undertaking in the novel, Ripple is portrayed as a venture that is not weak or insignificant. However, its primary objective is to bring about a transformation in the financial environment and to leave an indelible mark on the universe. Indeed, this is precisely what they are doing, which brings us